See, look. See, guys, I can rave. Look, I'm raving, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Woo. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. See, look at that. And good evening, everybody. My name is MrDrew 76. We are live once again. It is Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. So, I don't know how well this is going to go, if you want to call it a podcast or just me hanging out and chilling. But I've been telling people I've been going to do this for a while, and I keep bitching out. So, yeah, we're just going to sit here, talk, chill, hang out. Looks like there's no one here right now. But let's go ahead and first of all just say I have reached 170 subs. Let me show you guys real quick. Watch it go back down to 169. Now that I'm just going to show you. Let me just get over to the channel itself. All right. Okay, so this is just going to be a test run. Oops. Let me switch over. All right, that's better. Hey, you can see right there on the corner. 170 subs. Amazing. You guys are awesome. I want to thank words can't express how thankful I am. This video got over 400 views. I gained like four subs today. So yeah, we're what, 30 away from that lovely 200. Let's keep it going. Let's see if anybody shows up. Hey, what's up, Blood? I was just showing everybody, thanking everybody for going to 170. I say, well, I'm just going to chill for a little bit, hang out, talk about some video games, comics, movies, TVs. Let me switch that back over. Get the image down. What are you up to, Blood? So the first thing I've had in my eye I want to talk about, and so first of all, I'm not sure if I'm going to have people come in and chat live. I do have Discord, but I'm still not sure on how to use the live chat. But I just want to talk to you guys about why I love video games. Decide tomorrow if I want to stream Ninja Gaiden, Z, or Rocky on the GameCube. I'll go with Rocky. Gotta go with Rocky, man. Definitely gotta go with Rocky. But I think for me, my first love of video games are the classics ones you see up here. Just being that little kid, early 80s, 4 or 5 years old. Mom taking me to arcades, seeing those bright flashing lights, the colors, everything just, I was like entranced. It was like the coolest thing I ever seen, growing up playing all the way from Pac-Man to Galaga to Space Invaders, Burger Time. There was just something magical about it. And it was just this way for me to get away and just have fun. And I honestly think the way video games going nowadays are like way better too. I mean, my first console I ever played on was an Atari 2600. So I've played quite a bit. I've had the 2600, the Genesis, Nintendos, the Xboxies, the PlayStationies. What about you guys? What was your first like real experience that made you fall in love with gaming? Console, just a certain game, a certain moment. And these are what the arcades looked like when I was growing up as a kid, I remember during, when I got older, skipping school, spending my lunch money at the arcade, getting obviously in trouble. But Rocky, yeah, that sounds dope, man. I didn't even know there was a Rocky game on the GameCube. And that's the great thing about gaming, too. I mean, we all have different likes, different tastes, Gaming to me is like almost like a Baskin Robbins. There's so many different things to choose from. By the way, it is cold as hell. The weather has been cock as shit poo-poo for the last fucking 3 days. I have not gotten any exercise and haven't gotten any walks. I was going to go out for a walk today. Looked outside. It went from probably in 3 minutes. Went from rain to hail to snow. It was like, nah, I'm going to go. My real experience was the OG Xbox, of course, since I talk a lot about Dead or Alive 3 a lot. It was one of those games that influenced me to love fighting games. So that's why I love fighters and gaming in general. Hey, that's great. That's cool. Yeah, I part of me wants to get back in the fighting game thing. I know Father Oasis keeps saying he'll teach me, but I'm like, I did make him a promise, and now I'm starting to regret it a little bit. I told him, hey, if I reach 200 subs, I would pick up the new Street Fighter 6, and I'm like, oh, fuck, why did I say that? Because it's like, I don't have the fucking money to buy that shit. But yeah. Did you go to, when you were little, Blood, did they have arcades where you grew up in? Or the time you started playing games, the arcade seemed pretty much dead? Let me try something. Yeah. Hold on. Get to mine. All right. Sorry. This is still testing the bugs out. What are you talking about, Mr. Drew? I'm here, bro. I was just mentioning, right now we're just talking about video games. Our love for video games. Me and Blood were mentioning how our first experience, what basically got us into gaming. That kind of thing. My boys already got Resident Evil 4 Remake. They playing it right now. Don't fucking spoil it for me. Don't tell me. All right? I don't want, I know the basic game. It's pretty much Resident Evil 4, but I don't want to, know any new shit. What, did he get an early code for it? Or or is it one of those things like, if you buy the Super Deluxe Edition, you can get it to play for free? That kind of shit. Don't worry, I'm not over. Don't worry, I'm not over there right now, but I know he has a copy. Sent me a picture, got it at Walmart. Oh, that's fuck. Not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous. Little jealous. But what about you, Oasis? What was the first experience in video games that made you say, this is what I want to do? I want to play video games my entire life. And of course, I've actually owned quite a bit. When it comes to consoles, I have owned quite a few fucking junk. I'm not going to lie. You see, I would probably sit there and say the 3 worst consoles I've ever owned was the Hyperscan. Yes, I bought the Hyperscan. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. The original Game Boy Advance and the Nokia N-Gage. Those are probably my top 3 worst console gaming experience. Everything YouTubers talk about the Hyperscan, is 100% true. That thing was the biggest piece of shit. Honestly, I'm going to keep it real. I actually don't want to play video games on my life. I just want to work on Harleys and muscle cars on my life. But I had a good talent for it. Hey, it's a good. You don't want to do that. Come on, muscle cars, Harleys. Come on, chicks love the joystick. All right, let's be honest. Chicks want to see that stick. That's how you get the babes. I can see Oasis on bikes. LOL. Nah, dude. Chicks don't like that shit. Fast cars and bikes. No, they want that guy that can get to level 300 on Pac-Man. Let's not fucking front. Bro, I probably got mad muscles too. But yeah, I picked up the Hyperscan, bought the cards, and oh my god, that thing! I threw it away. I think I played it for a little bit. It was shit. I threw it in my closet, and just later on, just trashed it. The fucking Hyperscan. Oh my god, yeah. Those load times were fucking insane. And the graphics and everything was just shit. I got the X-Men game. Fuck. And the second worst console I'd have to say is a Game Boy Advance, the original one. Now, the reason I'm saying this is not because it didn't have good games. It just was not a good console. I mean, I picked up the original. No backlight. The batteries lasted for maybe 2 minutes. In fact, when I picked it up, I was waiting to catch a ride home. Decided, take it out, try it out, put the batteries in. Probably, 2 to 5 minutes of gameplay. The light starts going yellow. Go add a Mortal Kombat plug and play. It was actually good compared to the Hyperscan. Oh, God. I remember those. Okay, who here remembers those Tiger Electronics handheld games? I had a shit ton of those. The little black and white screens. I probably had maybe 30 or 40 of them. When I got paid, I would just pick up like 2 or 3 of them. And they were bad. Yeah, the Hyperscan and the N-Gage. N-Gage, I don't think was horrible as people said it was. It was bad, but I definitely think it was ahead of its time. I mean, the idea of having a cell phone that can play video games, back then was unheard of. I mean, now it's not a big deal. But you got to remember that thing came out. What you had on your cell phone? Snake? Maybe some Solitaire? But yeah, it was still shit. I almost had all of them, son. Yeah, those are fun. I had a few. Also had an experience with handheld console called Gamecom. It had MK Trilogy, Resident Evil, and it was just fucking garbage. I remember the Gamecom. Excuse me, that was bad. But yeah, I think we've also had our experience with. Sorry, I keep moving my hands. With bad games in general. The 90s was great, bro. Yeah, 90s was definitely good. What came out during the 90s, just console-wise, what? Xbox. No, that was 2000. But yeah, PlayStation, Nintendo, Genesis. Speaking of virtual consoles, like I said, this stream's just going to be just rambling on, see how everything goes, see what views I can get, if anybody wants me to do more. But I was telling you about that one retro game store near my house. I was down there the other day, looking around, and they had a TurboGrafx 16 for $140. I was so fucking tempted to dip into my savings and buy that. I was like, oh. Because I had a friend who had that shit, and it was fucking pretty dope. Sorry I'm late, Power Failure. I remember those games. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the weather's been shit here in Utah all fucking week. But yeah, I was so tempted to run home and just dip into my savings and get that. But I was like, no. PlayStation, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, Game Boy Color. Yeah. So of all those consoles, I've never played, whether it's I've owned them or I've had a friend that had it. I've never played the Sega Saturn. I didn't know anybody that had that. Oh wait, we can't forget about the greatest console of all time, folks. The Virtual Boy. Whew. Oh, you gotta love the Virtual Boy with that red fucking screen. Yeah, but I've had PlayStations. In fact, I've owned every PlayStation they've ever made. Well, here in the United States. I had that shit online, so I sold it immediately after. Yeah, but I've had every PlayStation. I've never had a Dreamcast, never had Saturn. Only Genesis. Genesis is the only Sega game I owned. Game Boy Color, no. I had the Game Boy Advance. Super Nintendo. I actually didn't buy a Nintendo until I bought that Game Boy Advance. Yeah, the 90s was definitely a decade of, good consoles, bad consoles. What did we have back in the 90s? I never touched the Saturn Dreamcast. I didn't have friends. I had one friend that had the Dreamcast. Honestly, I do not see what the big boner hype about the Dreamcast is nowadays. I didn't think it was that great of a console. I thought the controller sucked. Whoever designed it was a moron. What kind of fucking idiot? Sega console's the best. I'm sorry, but putting the cord towards you and not the console, that was the dumbest game design ever. Not game design, that was horrible. But how you doing, Sega? I did not like the feel, and the controller, I didn't like the way it felt in my hands. I thought it just didn't feel comfortable. I mean, it has some good games, don't get me wrong. But to me, it just wasn't like, the greatest, and it pretty much died out. Sega likes Beetlejuice. We say Sega a certain number of times and he shows up. I bet he does. He does. The controller is the main reason why we got out of log sticks. If it wasn't for Sega, we wouldn't have had any of the type of real controller. Now, I see you're at the arcade. How much you paying rent there? It's actually free. I just got to clean the toilets. That's all I got to do. I just got to clean the toilets and the fucking puke on the floor, and I can stay here for free. But yeah, I love the Genesis, and I think so. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about the Genesis. Why I fucking love that console. It has to do everything with Mama Drew. So growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. We were poor as hell. And she actually went and she saved up for an entire year for my birthday so I can go get a console. And I ended up picking the Genesis because all my friends had Nintendos, Super Nintendos. And so for me, that was like the coolest gift ever. So I'm just really thirsty today. Then, of course, my first console I ever bought with my own money, with that good old McDonald's burger flipping money, was the PlayStation 1. I spent hours on that thing. I wouldn't leave my fucking room. I would fucking not. I probably didn't go outside for like a year. Probably a little exaggerating. Opposites attract. Yeah, I had a friend who had the Dreamcast, and it was some fun games. That's why Sega's the best. Are you referring to the Sega the company, or yourself there? Because probably referring to both. But yeah, what games did he had? He had some like Ace Combat clone, the Ready to Rumble boxing. I think it was only 2 games I can remember. I remember playing those games and they come out to the stores. You could barely see them, but you were having fun. Yeah. You play a ton of Ape Escape, Crash, Spyro. I've played Crash, Spyro, Medieval. I never played Ape Escape. So these are just off the top of my old head memory, these are the games. off the top of my old head, these are games I've had for the PlayStation. I had Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Bushido Blade. I would love to fucking play that game on the stream, but I can't find a ROM that works. God, those are the things I can remember. Like I said, I'm fucking old. Those are the 90s. Crazy Taxi. Yeah, but I had the first Crash. Madden, like it was like 98. Yeah, in fact, the very first game I ever bought when I got my PlayStation 1 was Resident Evil 3. Where's Cedar? No. I'm not talking that. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the emulator, the CD romance, which I got to re-download again. I got to get that back. I'm talking about a ROM, like an actual ROM for the game Bushido Blade. Every time I try to start it up, when I got the thing going, the Duck Station, the CD, the BIOS files and everything, I downloaded some games, tried them out. That was the only game I couldn't get to work. But yeah. That's what I couldn't get to work on the CD, on the fucking Duck Station, was just that game. It was kind of like the Spider-Man for the Atari 2600 when I was trying to play that. Used to have NBA Shootout on the PS1. Played a lot of that with my cousin. Yeah, the PlayStation was just fucking amazing. It was also my first CD player, too. That's the thing you don't really hear people talk about when they talk about the PlayStation 1, that the fact it was a CD player. It was like, PlayStation was doing that multimedia shit way before the PS2. Finally got into sports games more with the Dreamcast. Yeah. And of course, we got the PS2. Yeah, I used to play music. Yeah, I used to play my CDs off my shitty fucking. I had this little 10-inch television. I used to play games on there with the little garbage speakers from my tiny CRT. Yeah, that's pretty much what I had too. The PlayStation introduced me Tekken, Soul Calibur, Soul Blade. Good times. Yeah. And I admit there's a ton of games I missed out on. See, what you young kids don't realize, Blood, is back in our days, me, Sega, and Oasis days, we didn't have the internet to know if a game was good or not. We didn't have Let's Plays, live streams. If we wanted to know if a game was good or not, we either had to read a magazine, which was probably bullshit, or we just have to go to our local KB's, Toys R Us, big box store, look at the back of the game, read the description, look at it, and decide, is this good? Okay, I'll pick it up, get home. And it was like 50-50. You either got a game, you're like, oh, this game's fucking amazing. This is the greatest game ever. Yeah. Or you picked up a game, you're like, fuck, this is trash. It isn't called Soul Calibur, it's Soul Edge or Soul Base. Soul Calibur is Soul Calibur. It never did. Remember that, Blood. I sometimes don't use it. I find it for friends. Well, friends will lie to you, too. At least my friends did. If they bought a bad game, they'd want me to experience in the suffering, so they would tell me, no, dude, this game's fucking amazing. It's fucking awesome. You need to pick it up. This is shit. Ridge Racer was amazing. You used to grab, buy 2-1, get 1 free from Toys R Us. Okay. Who of us older folks remember the demo disc? Those were fun. I'm going to Want It Now. Sega told me it was bad. He knows I might like it. But yeah, fuck. Like I said, we're just rambling. I'm just gonna chill for an hour, ramble on, see how this works. See if you guys be interested in me doing this again. Next time I do this, I'll be a little more prepared. I'll have some subjects written down, maybe some videos. I had a few jump pack demo discs as a kid. Definitely not for me. All right. Oh yeah, those demo discs. Used to get those at Pizza Hut too. But yeah, we got some good. It looks like we got some pretty good games coming out this year. We got Resident Evil 4 come out in a few days. Hopefully Starfield. I remember that. I remember they came in the consoles back in the day. They don't give you the demos everywhere. It's just the consoles demos. But I didn't like Pizza Hut. Made one to like 2 weeks ago. I played them from time to time. Then you had to go get them from the magazines. Yeah, pizza. Like if you order like a large pizza, you got a fucking there's a little PlayStation demo disc. But yeah, we got what? Yeah, Starfield hopefully comes out this year. I have no idea if it's going to be good or not. It better be good. That game needs to be fucking quote Oasis God tier, being the first Xbox exclusive from Bethesda after spending all that money. Yeah, it needs to fucking be amazing. Of course, we got Oasis' favorite game, Street Fighter 6 coming out. What, in June? 3 more months. Yeah, the PlayStation Max had the demos. You always look forward to them every month. Going to the Hindu newsstand. You'll buy something now. Oh, get it, spam mail. Gotta love them spams. I think Gauntlet needs to come back so that way me and Sega can play. A Gauntlet remake would be fucking a multiplayer Gauntlet remake would be fucking amazing. That would be if they'd come out with that, I will fucking play with you guys. I will fucking get that. If they come out with that, I will get it. I will fucking rob an old lady for her fucking coin purse to buy that shit. I fucking Gauntlet. Yeah, Gauntlet. Games from my days I would love to see have a remake. Gauntlet is obviously one of them. Soul Reaver games. Oh, that's another game I had on the PS1 was Soul Reaver. And I would like to see a new NBA Jam. Why the fuck can't we get a new NBA Jam? Come on. It's 2023. We need a new fucking Boom Shakalaka. I remember I got Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the PS1 back in 97, getting Super Mario Superheroes. My 18th birthday, my sister and her husband took me to see Venom. Then I went to the arcade where I got to witness some of the classics. That's where I discovered I was addicted to Gauntlet. Gauntlet is a fun game, but it is a fucking quarter muncher. It will fucking take your quarters quick. Quick. Gauntlet. Oh yeah, it kicked my ass for sure. Like I have a game on my Xbox, like a Midway Classic games, and it does have Gauntlet 1 and 2, and you can just like keep pushing start and getting new coins. It's not the same. I know I've done this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done this too at the arcade. Your parents, your mom, your dad, or both, they give you like $5 to go play video games. You come back 5 minutes later. Can I have $5 more? Can I have $1 more? They're like, did you get a haircut? No, I just washed it and combed it today. It's actually cooperating. And I did trim my beard up a little bit yesterday, but no haircut. No, I just fucking decided to do that shit. It's a good collection, but the games on there sometimes have emulation issues. It's most notably in Arcade Treasures 2. I didn't notice any of that. Facts, yeah. I know I did that a lot of times. Best arcades though, growing up in the fucking day, the Chuck E. Cheese's. If you had a Chuck E. Cheese in your neighborhood, that was the place to go. Free shitty pizza, video games. You got to see that little animatronic light show. Sometimes you'd have somebody in a costume try to fondle your pee-pee, but it was worth it. But what games are you guys well, I pretty much know what games you guys are looking forward to. The fighting games. The Street Fighters. New York City, they hated us. We're a city where the rats, where the rats talking. Good one. Well, when I grew up, it was kind of far away. We had this place called, it was like a fucking welfare ghetto version of Chuck E. Cheese's. I've never heard of it. Have you guys ever heard of the place called Showbiz Pizza Place? That's what we had for a while. It was like Chuck E. Cheese, but it was like worse. So far, Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I need to watch the new trailer for that. Times Square had some amazing arcade spots. It was amazing. They almost had everything. Had 2 floors. Damn, I think the biggest arcade I went to around here was just like 1 floor, but it was pretty dope. I think when I grew up as a kid in Salt Lake, there was probably at least that I can get to is like 4 arcades. I remember saying, "Mom, can I have more money to?" Yeah, my mom was, but my mom was also like strict too. Like she would sometimes she'd give me like an extra 5 or some extra quarters. And then there was times she was like, "Here's $5. You fucking ask me for any more money, I will beat the living fucking shit out of you in front of everybody." She's like, "I don't give a fuck. I will go to prison." I was like, "All right, cool, no problem. It's come worthy." Yeah, I enjoyed the last one, this Fallen Order. I actually liked that game. Couldn't stand Squadrons though. That fucking game was stupid. She's gonna take off the flip turns and smacking it. She didn't have flip flops. No, she had what's called the fucking right cross. That's what she would hit me with. No, just kidding, Mama Drew. She was dope. Yeah, I got that. It's like what started my life in video games back in the day was called Playland. But you're talking about, Playland, it's Broadway City. Get the arcade, it was like one of the most favorite places to go. Yeah, God, I miss arcades. I'm going to cry now because there's no or those bar arcades, but fuck that shit. So I got a question for Sega and Father Oasis. Did you guys have video game arcade cabinets in like your local grocery store? Because we used to have that. Like you'd go so the parents would go shopping, the kids would just sit there and play Mario Brothers and shit. Yeah, that's what parents back then used to do. They're like, fuck it, here's some money to go play some video games so you don't bother me about getting fucking candy and ice cream. By the way, this stream is brought to you by water. Water, it's fucking free. Drink it. Now the grocery store we had. None of the grocery stores we had, those in the malls and stuff in New York City, were infamous for arcade cabinets and pizzerias, laundromats. Yeah, we had some pizza places. Grocery stores, I don't remember, but I do know I had one newsstand, had a few comic shops, or you went to some candy store and they had pinball too. Yeah, pizza spots, we had that too. I know one of the arcades my mom used to take me was like right next door to a Godfather's Pizza, and they had a couple games in there, but right next door to it was an arcade. It was a bitch of an arcade. So to get to this arcade, you'd have to walk up like a whole flight of fucking stairs. You go in there, it's dark as fuck. You know, it's darker than Chef's head. All right, you can't see shit except for the fucking arcade, the fucking screen. These dumb motherfuckers decided, so people want to try to rip them off. They had these tokens with these ridges, and you had to line the ridges up just right, or the thing would either get stuck or it wouldn't work. So you sit there for like fucking 10 minutes just like trying to get some light in there. And this is back then when nobody had fucking cell phones with flashlights and shit. So you're like, Of course, you get stuck. You have to grab the manager. Hey, dumb fuck. Get the shit. That was actually the first that arcade was where I first was introduced to Street Fighter. Street Fighter 1 with the fucking bloody knuckle buttons. Those big ass buttons you had to just like punch just to get anything. Oh, you mean the SpongeBob hater? Yeah, that was. I can't believe that, dude. He's like, SpongeBob is lame. SpongeBob, it's silly. It's like, yeah, no shit, it's silly, dipshit. It's a fucking children's cartoon. All right, it's not made for a fucking grown ass man. You know, hell, cartoons when we grew up as a kid weren't fucking amazing. You know, look at some of the old classic cartoons like Tom and Jerry. That was fucking 30 minutes of Tom and Jerry running around the house, fucking trying to catch each other. It's for kids, puto. LOL. Yeah, it's like, fuck. Like, not every game can be fucking, not every cartoon has to be fucking anime Dragon Ball shit. All right? Not every fucking, that's probably the only shit he watches is probably that anime shit with the fucking fat head with the spiky hair going, I hate SpongeBob too since I was in high school. It's garbage. Well, I don't know if this is why I always have respect for SpongeBob. And I think I talked about this on yesterday's stream. So as many of you guys know, I have 3 kids. My middle kid, my oldest son, was autistic. Would not talk. In fact, it was probably I don't think he started talking until he was about 5 years old. And he started talking because of SpongeBob. Because that was the only show he would ever watch. That was the only thing that would calm him down. And so he would just watch, and then after a while, he would start singing the song, "Here is a pineapple under the sea." And we were like, holy shit, he's actually like saying words. And he would just like repeat what SpongeBob would say, and that, yes, I've talked about this. Don't want to really get into it, but yeah, I am technically a father. And so for me, it was like, oh shit. Because we tried everything, speech therapy, everything, nothing worked. But yeah, it's fucking shit. I did like the SpongeBob movie, though. I can't lie. I can watch the original SpongeBob movie. Fax message you might know has several pauses, so SpongeBob helping him see colors, able to verbally express himself. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to sound like a fucking complete dork, but if you ever watch the first SpongeBob movie and they get captured and they're getting dried out, I get a little choked up during that scene where they're sitting there, they're sitting there about ready to die, and they're like, I'm a goofy goober, you're a goofy. I was like, fucking no, Patrick, SpongeBob, fuck. Of course, I'm the word motherfucker like that. I will cry at shit like that, but other stuff that's supposed to be sad and fucking depressing and cry-worthy, I will laugh my ass off. In fact, I remember me and my friend, we saw The Last Mohicans with some girls, right? And there's a scene in the movie where one of the Native American Indians get killed, and this girl ends up like jumping off this fucking cliff or something to kill herself because she is in love with one of them. And everyone in the theater is like, me and my friend were busting her ass off. We were like, that stupid bitch. I saw that movie today and came out with my class. Well, why we're on the subject of movies? I'll just keep talking. But yeah, the two girls we were on the date with, they were pissed. They're like, that's not funny. That's a sad moment. We're like, no, that's fucking hysterical. We're also really stoned too, so. I have not seen a movie, and I don't talk about this, but I saw Beowulf as a kid, and I was so mesmerized with the film that I grew attached to the main character. When he died, I cried like fucking eyes out. What happened to your friend? What happened to your friend? Is at the arcades too? Well, yeah, we're still talking about games. Like I said, this is just a test run. See how it works out. But yeah, this kind of stuff I want to talk about. You know, everything, I want to keep this like an entertainment thing, video games, movies, TVs, shit like that. Just want to, nothing serious. Do this once a month. What happened to your friend? This was like way back in the day. We just kind of just grew. You know how you have those friends, you're like, we're best friends. We're going to be best friends forever. Nothing's going to keep us apart. Then like next thing you're like, hey, remember your friend Bill? You're like, who the fuck is Bill? And you're like, oh yeah, Bill. Yeah, it's just one of those things we just grew apart. Speaking of movies, why we're not talking about movies, that Shazam movie, that is not doing good. That is definitely going to be a flop for Warner Brothers, which I can't blame people for not seeing it. I think all those DC movies coming out right now are going to be bad, money-wise. Because you think about it, they're doing the whole reboot thing. So I think Shazam's already doing bad. I think Aquaman's going to do bad. And Blue Beetle. I think The Flash was going to maybe do a little better. But yeah, The Man Without a Face was Mel Gibson. Was the first movie I saw a child, made me cry when he showed up at that graduation. That was a good movie. Man Without a Face, that was actually a really good movie. Scream 2 was good. I never got into those movies. I saw the first Scream. I think the first Scream movie, I was bored to tears, and I never watched any of the other ones. I think The Flash is going to be good because of Michael Keaton. Well, I'm not talking about being good. Like, I'm talking making money. Okay, you could make the best movie out there, but if nobody sees it, then it's going to be a bomb. And that's what was trying to explain, because most people, they're tuned out. They're like, well, why should we watch fucking, all these Warner Brother DC movies when they're just going to fucking get rid of that whole timeline and reboot it? The past movie, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm thinking of all those. The Flash will probably do the best because that's actually supposed to be the movie they said that's going to reset the timeline. I kind of want to see how they're going to do that. Yeah, I think just because of Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne, going to be good. But yeah, right now with Warner Brothers, and it's Warner Brothers' own fault. The old ownership, they kept fucking around with the DCEU. They kept delaying shit, pinning shit off. And I said, with James Gunn, I am a little worried if he's going to make it good. Because here's my thing. When it comes to superheroes like Superman and Batman, they got to be taken seriously. I do not want to see, and with James Gunn, he does mostly comedy superhero movies. James Gunn is more. Well, I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Didn't like 2. I enjoyed Suicide Squad for what it is. I thought Peacemaker was pretty good with John Cena. But they all had like that comedic element to it, that over-the-top comedic element. And I don't want to see that with a Superman movie. I don't want to see that with a Batman movie. Now, a movie, if they do like a Booster Gold movie, they can make that into a comedy. So that's what I don't want to see. I just want to see him take those franchises a little more serious. That's what worries me. And it looks like Peacemaker was good. It sucked though because you couldn't see the main character to the whole series. I see what you did there, blood with the dad jokes. Because it looks like everything, boo. It looks like unless he had something to do with it, he's getting rid of everybody. Unless it's like something he did with Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, everybody, he's recasting everybody. I mean, they already announced on HBO Max that they're getting rid of Doom Patrol and the Titans. This is last season, and I don't even know when they're going to do the new episodes for the Titans this season or Doom Patrol. I mean, because when the new with everything that went on with Henry Cavill and all that shit, when he makes the new Superman movie, it has to come out banging. It cannot be fucking shit. It cannot be mid-tier. It has to be fucking spectacular. If it is fucking just like, meh, they're fucked again. Doom Patrol was good. Fuck the Titans. I like the Titans. I like Doom Patrol. Yeah, they're pretty. And I think they said they canceled Young Justice too. Yeah, they're just. I don't know what's going over there, Warner Brothers. Yeah, I mean, shit. I haven't seen a movie in fucking. The last movie I saw at the theater was No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. That was the last movie I saw. I'm just using OBS, and I'm using the NVIDIA background remover. How does it look? Man, I know it's not like perfect green screen. No, I'm actually at an arcade. I snuck in. I found an arcade and I broke in and set up all my equipment. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still just using OBS, but cool, looks great. Yeah, I tested it out a few times. I'm just for something like, I'm just going to use it for something like this. Obviously for like streaming and stuff. I'm going to still just use my regular background. Looks good, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, and I've used this background a few times for some of my shorts. Not this background, but the NVIDIA. You're at a barcade like true hipsters in Brooklyn. Yeah. There's a couple in Salt Lake City, but I'm not going down. I'm not fucking going clear down to Salt Lake City just to play some games. And I fucking hate the bar scene. I've never liked the bars, never liked going clubbing. Okay. To me, I hate the idea of having a bunch of drunk, sweaty people around me, paying fucking $10 for a fucking watered down drink, having some drunk slub going, I love you, man. Oh, you're my best friend. I love you. It's like, dude, get the fuck off of me. Okay? I'd rather fucking just go to the liquor store, buy a bottle, make drinks at home, pay way less money. And here's a shitty thing that Utah used to do. You don't do this anymore. So bars would only serve beer. So if you went to a bar, that's all you got was beer. The only place you could buy mixed drinks was at clubs. It was a shitty thing about clubs in Utah until a few years ago. You had to pay a cover charge. You would have to pay like $25, $30 just to get in. Then you'd have to pay another fucking $10 for a fucking drink. And you would sit there for fucking 2 hours trying to talk to somebody with loud fucking techno music. He'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like, what? How you doing? Good? Where you from? I like to come on people's chests. What the fuck? Never liked either. Rather go to metal show than bars. Yeah, metal shows are good. I haven't been to a concert in years too. I don't think I could handle going to a concert. I can't deal with fucking crowds. I get fucking anxious. When I go to fucking the store, I get fucking panic attacks. I went to a show today, like a metal show or a concert, I would have to be high as fuck. I'm talking fucking, I would have to take, I'm talking pills, fucking weed, booze. I would have to be fucking Jim Belushi fucking high to go to a concert now. Like, there's no way I can handle a bunch of sweaty metalheads. What retro game you want to do what retro game you would do a full playthrough channel? Well, I'm doing a retro game right now. I'm doing Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. I am gonna finish that. Actually, what I'm thinking is I still want to play Neo. So I think what I'm going to do is do like 2 weeks of Oracle of Seasons and like 2 weeks of Nihao. And if I finish off a game before that, I'll finish it off. But yeah, I want to do those Zelda games, Seasons and Ages. There's a couple other retro games I wouldn't mind playing. I want to play Altered Beast. I like to do that. I want to do it to show Chef that's not a shitty game. Chef is shitty. Motherfucker plays that game for like 5 minutes on his channel. Oh, this game sucks. And I was like, yeah, dude, because you actually fucking got to move your character around. You can't just sit there for 20 minutes. All right, if I move this guy left, and he goes right. No, so I'm going to do that. I don't want to do Altered Beast. I would love to do some PS2 streams. But I think, hey, what's up, Common? But it's like you said, Sega, the PS2 emulator, something is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that shit. But yeah, I would love to do some like PS2 games. I would love to do like Blood Omen 2. Nice. Burger time. Makray just ate 2 fat ass burgers. What's how you doing, Stick? Yeah, like I said, this is just me just chilling, hanging out. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah, just the comment and Stick. No, once again, this is just a testing out me doing a quote podcast. If this goes well and you guys want me to do it again, I'll try to do this once a month, and I'll be a little, like I said, more organized. I'll write some stuff down. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit. A chat stream, yeah, pretty much. Now, I'm not sure. I do have a Discord. Want to check it out. I might do some maybe like have you guys want to come into the Discord